Alright guys, figured while we're out here just hanging out, I'd go over some common plants around here. So starting out, I'm going to try to go for scientific and some common names if I can. This is Circus canadensis, redbud, pretty common. Here is the fruit on it. It's a legume. I won't get too much into plant families, at least not in this basic video. I just want to show you guys some just common plants around here. And you can't eat these. They're okay. They taste like green beans, so you know what that tastes like. Down here, we've got a vine. This is a Virginia creeper, Paracynthis quinquefolia, I think. Some people might be allergic to this. I thought I used to be, but it's not too bad. I don't have any reaction to it. They like to grow everywhere around here too. You see it's over there. Next we have my favorite tree. This is the tulip poplar, or yellow poplar. Liriodendron tulipifera. With very big leaves, very distinct shape. Fun fact, it's in the same plant family as magnolia, which is around here somewhere, I think. And right beside it, we have pokeweed. I forget the genus, but it starts with a P. I'm sure the editor will add that in. And the specific epithet is Americana. Got these nice fruits forming. It's a good songbird food. Usually the stem will be a slight reddish tint, especially later in the season. And then get very big. You see this guy is as tall as me. What else is around here? Let's see. This tree. The birch tree, which is Fagus grandiflora or grandifolia. It has what we call cigar-shaped buds right there. Very thin, papery leaves. And the bark is also pretty thin. I'm sure you guys have seen the bark of this tree. People like to write and draw stuff in it, but it really kills the tree, so. But this guy is pretty big. Okay. Here's a magnolia. I want to say this is probably Magnolia opaca because of the thick leaves and the lighter underside. You can tell it's a magnolia because of the big bud right there. And the big thick leaves. I mean, I'm by no means an expert, but I've taken a couple of classes at my college, so. Well, there's a classic one over here. Got a basic pine tree. Classic pine tree bark. Some of you may not know there's different types of pine trees. Some of them been given away by the underbark. But considering, I want to say this is a very common loblolly pine, Pinus taeda, the most common pine in the south. Another nice trick about plants is if you know where certain ones grow, you can find out where somebody lives, at least a general area. So right there I've showed you Twill poplar, my favorite tree. It only grows naturally east of the Mississippi River. I just showed you loblolly pine, which doesn't grow further north than Virginia, so you know I'm in the south. And if I told you I could probably drive, I don't know, maybe an hour or two, I could find some longleaf pine, which is restricted to the very southeast, like near the coast or in the Piedmont of the southeastern states. So there we go. Here we've got a hickory tree, sad looking one. It's got 5 leaflets. So a leaf, a full, like a regular leaf, like on this beech. You see it comes out of there's the bud right there, and it comes out one big blade leaf. Whereas on hickory, the bud is right there, comes out, and you have leaflets, 5 leaflets. And if you smell it, like rub the rachis as it's called, and smell it, it has a smell. It is if you rub it and it has a smell, it is more than likely mockernut hickory, which is Carya glabra, I think, or Carya tomatosa. I forget which one. It's called mockernut because the nut itself looks big, or the fruit itself looks big, but the nut inside is very small. I'm not seeing one around here, which would make sense because it hasn't fruited yet, especially this one, since it's a little sapling. Some more Circus canadensis growing. All this green you see on the ground is more than likely this fellow right here, English ivy. It's a vine. Forget the scientific name off the top of my head, but it's an invasive, and it's just everywhere out here. I mean, all this you see on the ground here is English ivy. It's even on some of the trees, like that one over there. Apologize for the shakiness. And there's my camp. What else can we find? This will be helpful. So right here, where's a good example? Right here. This little leaf. This is jewelweed. Forget the scientific name of that too. Ah, here's the flower though. Very small orange flower, odd shaped looking thing. It's the typical, oh, it fell, okay. This is the, I guess, textbook plant you can use to treat poison ivy. Basically, you just, I believe if you make a spit poultice, I mean, you just take the leaves, take them off, crush them, add a little saliva to it, mix it up, put it on the poison ivy spot. It helps with getting the aerosol, which is the oil the plant releases, out of your skin. There's the creek I was talking about. So the next part is this jewelweeds are growing all around on this bank. You can see it right there. It's a slightly wavy margin, or crenate as it's called in scientific community. You got this product over here. This is Chinese privet. You can tell because it's opposite, meaning get each little bud. You have a leaf coming out there, a leaf coming out there. And it grows sort of a bush type thing. People like to use this as a living fence, but it's invasive from China, hence the name Chinese privet. Which is Ligustrum chinense, I think. It's the scientific name. See if we can find a couple more things. The first thing I like this part of survival, bushcraft, whatever, camping, is being able to know what you're surrounded by and what you can use it for. You can use a tulip poplar. It's my favorite tree because you can use it for so many things. You can use the wood for fire. You can, oh sorry, smacked the camera by accident. You can use the wood for fire. It's very lightweight. You can use it to start fire as in a bow drill, friction fire type set. You can use the inner bark to start a fire as tinder. You can use it to make cordage. You can use hickory and oak to build stuff with, making handles and stuff. You can use pine to make fire, or just get the oil, the pine oil out of it to use as medicinal properties. Ah, here's one. A little fern. I believe you can see a little groove in the rachis, this little part right here, which makes me think it's Aetherium aspinoides, a very common fern, these low-lying areas. It's a couple of them right here. Oh, and another fern I never noticed before. Not sure exactly which one that one is. I've learned it before, so I should know it. So it might be Botrytis, the genus Botrytis. Not sure. Couple more ferns. Okay, so this, you can see the kind of veins in the wood here. This is ironwood, or musclewood. You can see where it gets its name. It looks similar, I guess, to beech leaves, because they're so thin and papery. But it does not have the same buds. So the buds on that, if I can get it focused right. The buds are very small. Can't really see it. You see there's no cigar-shaped buds on there. And just the way the wood looks is different, so. Another good wood for making stuff because it's very strong. See. It's a Smilax. That's the name of that's the common name and the genus name. Considering it's very round shaped, I'm going to say it's Smilax rotundifolia. You can see the 3 main veins as it grows as a vine. And that's where you get these little thorns at. Also called catbrier. And if you find stuff like that, the little tendrils that are still green, you can eat those. Again, tastes like green beans, so if you're up for that, go for it. I think it's also a very common deer food. I think I learned that. Little muscadine grapevine, Muscadina vertendifolia, I think. Because you know, somehow that looks like a circle. And you know, grapes, muscadine grapes, not too bad. Of course, they're not going to be seedless in the wild, so if you can deal with that, there you go. Ah, here we go. Got an oak tree finally. This is water oak, Quercus nigra. Very kind of spatula shaped leaf. This is a sapling size. What else we got? I think I've seen this before. Forgot what it was called. It's not mimosa because it doesn't move if you touch it. So, I don't know. Another one of my top favorite trees, the white oak, Quercus alba. And you can see here, I've taken the bark off some of it because you can use the inner bark as a decoction for anything that is bothering your head or neck, or you have a sore throat or a headache. It's supposed to be good for that. The wood is good for building. The decoction is basically where you add the water. You have the water and you add the material, usually the inner bark or root. Boil it down halfway. I'll water it back up to the full amount. Boil it down again, and then basically you've boiled out all the medicine, the medicinal value of that plant part. I use that several times when I have a sore throat. I thought it was a cedar tree around here. I must have missed it down there by the creek. There's a little maple growing. You can tell this size right here is straight, and it's 5-starred. So I don't know exactly which species this is, but it's definitely in the Acer genus, which is the maple genus. And I'm pretty sure this right here, this big tree, is sweet gum. Very, very common tree. Looks like a maple leaf, but the sides are straight. They're not, or I mean, this is straight too, but I mean, this is also parallel. Whereas the sweet gum leaves come up like that in a triangle shape. Very annoying tree in my opinion, the sweet gum is, because it's very invasive, but it's not like, it takes over our sight quickly, I'll say that. It is a natural species, but it's just annoying. I think that's all I can find out here, guys. And then, oh, and also sweet gum is Liquid Ambar styracofolia. I butcher that name every time.